Hello everyone. This video is about the Taisho era. It's fresh in everyone's memory. The era of Demon Slayer. Age of the Demon Slayer in English. And it brought you into the limelight. After Meiji, before Showa. 229th since Taika, 245th era name. Taisho romanticism is a fashionable image. In fact, from July 30, 1912 to December 25, 1926, Taisho 15. It was a 15-year period. It was a turbulent time. The famous present-day Asakusa and Gay Hall is also located in Asakusa, Taito-ku, Tokyo, called Park Roku-ku. It is one of Rakugo fixed seat at Yos, located in the center of the entertainment district, and focuses on Rakugo and plays. Many colorful arts such as comic performances, plays, and magic tricks were performed, and they are still being performed today. The Asakusa Roku Ward was the tallest building in Japan at that time, which was also depicted in Demon Slayer. Half destroyed by the Great Kanto earthquake of 1923 and demolished. Equipped with Japan's first motorized elevator, the Asakusa 12th floor, or simply, Asakusa 12th floor, was the first of its kind in Japan. It is also known as the 12 floors, meaning, so high that it surpasses the clouds. In 1920, the population of Tokyo was estimated at 3,699,428. It seemed to be an overwhelming metropolis. Adanashi Jagakan, which appears in the famous Taisho-era romance manga, Haikara-san Passing, is said to be modeled after Atami Gakuen. The joke company where the main character Benio works also derives its name, and others, from Kodansha, the publisher of this work. Many of them are beautiful. Around this time, Masako Shirasu, who would become Jiro Shirasu's wife, studied at the Hartridge School in New Jersey, USA, for about 4 years at the age of 14, at her own request. Japanese people in the past were very brave. Western-style beauty parlors, and dance halls, which had been out of the reach of the common people until the Meiji era, were no longer rare in the cities. It is said that it was during this period that Western-style clothing for men, such as the modern boy modern girl, mobo moga, men and women, became commonplace. Indeed, I hear there are a lot of fashionably good-looking people. Ginza in the Taisho era. Ginza Mitsukoshi is in the foreground and Mitsuya Ginza is in the background. It still looks the same today, but it looks much smaller than it does today. The name Ginza comes from the Edo period, Ginza Yakusho, Ginza government office. Tokugawa Ieyasu, who established the Edo shogunate in 1603, moved the silver coin mint from Sunpu to the current location of Ginza 2 Chome. The official town name of the location was Shin-Ryoge-cho, but it was commonly known as Ginza. From this time, streetcars started running and seemingly changed people's lives dramatically. Ginza, location. Present-day Bank of Japan, which minted, appraised, and inspected gold coins during the Edo period, was established. It continued to become a financial center in the early Meiji period, with the establishment of the First National Bank, the Bank of Japan, and the Tokyo Stock Exchange. Even as an office district, it was transformed into a town with a character different from that of commercial areas such as Ginza. Shinjuku is very different from today, and the development of Shinjuku began in the Showa period. This is the area where the remnants of the school still exist. The school emblem on the left flag is still the same. The number of students increased dramatically from only 196 in 1902 to 709 in 1912 and 2,345 in 1922. So what kind of students have been attracted? The Waseda University Centennial History points out the nobility, military, and business people as the classes that cannot be found in Gakuen. and states that many of the students who come to Gakuen are the children of farmers. Statistics by prefecture of current students and graduates show that students come from all over the country. It is also during this period that student towns are fully formed to support the lives of students who have gathered from all over the country. Around the Gakuen, especially in Tsurumaki-cho, there are many boarding houses, cafeterias, coffee shops, bars, used bookstores, and movie theaters, and many students seem to have spent their school days here. Below, a little bit of Taisho transportation is featured in this edition. It seems that domestic products have finally appeared since the Taisho era. Was there ever such a delicious ekiben? The model of the steam locomotive that appears in the Infinite Train version of the theatrical version of Demon Slayer is at the Kyoto Railway Museum. Fans know that it is a domestic steam locomotive, SL, class 8620. Furthermore, the Kyoto Railway Museum displays the same train as in the movie, making it a sacred pilgrimage spot for Demon Slayer fans. That's it. This is a passenger bus in the Taisho era. By the Taisho era, automobiles were becoming more reliable, and the bus business began nationwide, using small passenger cars with seating for several passengers. In Tokyo, Keio Electric Railway seems to have been the first to operate them between Sasazuka and Shinjuku and between Chofu, Fuchu, and Kokubunji in 1913. The Great Kanto earthquake that occurred on September 1st of that year triggered the rapid development of the bus business. In Tokyo, more than 800 buses were introduced as an emergency measure to replace heavily damaged streetcars. The amount of money was 10 sen per parcel. It seems to be about 30 yen in today's monetary value. It seems expensive in this environment. It seems that the driver's license became a nationwide rule only in the Taisho era. In 1912, 1902-1912, though, the number of automobiles owned nationwide was about 500. This number exploded to more than 20,000 units in 1924. The ride is. After all, it is still a rickshaw. When in a hurry, 2 or more people pull, or sometimes push, a rickshaw. It is a very strenuous form of transportation, as it is said that sometimes a shift driver would drive alongside the car crew. Since there was no set path for the passenger carriages, they were like cabs and buses that are supposed to be shared in today's world, and both sides seem to get along well. However, the rickshaw and palanquin khaki people, who had been beloved as people's transportation, began to feel threatened that their shares would be taken away from them. That's right. At one time, something like the movement against horse-drawn carriages would occur. However, this is Tokyo, where the land is originally small. It was impossible for carriages to run from corner to corner, and surprisingly, rickshaws and other vehicles survived for about half a century. The Taisho era's history should not be forgotten. The Great Kanto earthquake, which was also depicted in Ghibli's film, The Wind Rises. Great Kanto earthquake that occurred at 11 hours 58 minutes and 32 seconds on September 1, 1923. The earthquake disaster caused extensive damage in the southern Kanto region and adjacent areas. An estimated 105,000 people are dead or missing. This is the largest earthquake damage in Japan since the Meiji era. How did you feel about it? From the Taisho Romanticism to the earthquake, the Taisho era was a turbulent time. We will continue to provide period guesses with pleasure. Please subscribe to the channel.